saying that feminism rose from the fact, as I've said to you before, that white men would not allow their women to be equal, and that all ties into the Adamite theory that Darwin and Huxley and all of them did, and when they changed the Bible they had their hand in it too. And that was because, I've said to you before, the lineage
always
was through the woman. And they changed that.
Do you know,
and that's
why we don't have like pockets in our trousers, or why we weren't allowed pockets? It's just so men didn't feel like inferior, and you know, about not being able to see someone's hand.
Yeah.
That's
control. This is a white man thing. And then when the women did go and fight for equality, guess what? When they talk about men earn more than women, this is true. But guess what? Then white women still earn more than black women. Yeah. Go and look it up. So when you keep saying that no white privilege doesn't exist, these are the times where it started. These are all the different things that they did in the society to put everybody in the groups and classify them. Yeah. Was at that point. So yeah, when we talk about things like that, it's not true. In the 1800s, that's what they were doing. They were putting people in classifications. The classification for white people wasn't for white people, it was for the mixed race Indians, to make them become the new white person. That's what it was about. It was nothing to do with white people at all. It wasn't for their classification.
I just find it quite disrespectful, because it's like you're creating a new, and this is what they're doing now with like creating robots and stuff. Or it's just to like move the human race like far away from
it. It's about control. Exactly. I was thinking that the other day. So first of all, you've got. I'm sorry, because I know that it might offend people, but it's got to be said. With the transgender movement, with some people, it might be about their identity, but that's not the whole agenda in regards to these people that look down over us. What it's really about is now the patriarchy is dying. Now you've got these men trying to push themselves in the matriarch pool and still be in charge by presenting themselves as women. And I know people probably haven't thought about it in that sense, but that's what it's about. Before it was about hiding who the indigenous people were and making a new people.
It's about depopulation. Talk about the world is overpopulated, but then you're going and finding random islands and putting, I don't know, alien species there, or creating labs in secret places, or like maybe there's a what are they called?
Portholes.
Portals.
And we've got those underground worlds. That there's one in Vietnam or Korea that I'll put it up.
It's up to 630 feet deep. Within that sinkhole, there are trees that stand at a minimum of 130 foot tall. And on top of that, the trees and the plants that were found inside of this prehistoric forest may contain species of life that we have not discovered yet.
And they open them up.
Yeah, they were always there.
Them, or they're digging for something. But it's just like,
you got to think, who are these people?
Exactly, where
are they from? You really got to think, but why?
They want to go to Mars, the next planet, to do what?
Well, do you talk about that? I remember I said that because I'm fast, I want to know. So I looked at what's the substance on Mars, and anyway, there was like a cell in the picture, and I zoomed in, and I said, well, I know what that looks like. And so I showed Marley, because children are quite innocent, aren't they? They say what they see, and she said, that looks like a sea, like the sand and the seashell. I said, that's exactly what I thought. And I thought, what if they talk about this crust? This is supposed to be the crust of Mars, yeah? And I thought, what if it's actually the sea? It's under the sea. What if they're saying it's Mars, but it's under the sea? They're saying there's water there. But if you've got these places that are turned up all of a sudden, and the government allowing you to say, you mean this was under the earth, a whole nother world with trees and plants and...
But what was my man saying about...
I feel like they're lying to us about a lot of stuff. The four Rashad Jamal. I hope he's okay. I don't know if he's out of prison yet, but the 3 levels of earth, and that we're being separated from each other. We think it's just us here, but actually there's other people within the earth, which makes sense.
You know what, from a kid I always wanted to go to the core.
Yeah.
But they, you know, how they explain it in books is it's just full of molten and lava, and you'll die if you get to the center. But I think that's the whole of like life existence. You want to get to the root. It's just like people aren't aware that they're trying to kill us off, basically.
Yeah, well, the best way, what they say, divide and conquer, and they've been doing very well at it. And most people, they want to be entertained, so
Yeah.
they're not listening
focusing.
to, facts and truth. And that's why when things happen, everyone's like, oh my god.
Until later on, oh, did you hear it, fam? That's been going on from years ago. You just don't want to hear it.
Exactly. And I'm sure people have forgotten about the Ukraine already.
With
And
the monkeypox.
well,
So the monkeypox disappeared during Pride.
and so did
Sorry, the gay Pride at that. Make it make sense.
yeah.
Sorry though.
Well, what was I gonna say?
People need to wake up because they're doing these things on purpose. Look how they're making the gas prices rise all the way into oblivion.
Yeah.
So you have no money. You're giving more money to the government. They take 50% tax off the gas as well.
It's all about this.
For them.
It's a small group of people.
Just like
It's a small group of people controlling.
revolt, man.
Yeah.
Stop just allowing people to mess you up, mess your life up, and then you go. They're moving the retirement age as well.
To what?
It's not even 65 anymore. It's like 70.
Me already want to retire.
Yeah.
Oh
nah.
God. No.
Sorry, no.
You've got to find your way here. And I think one thing about here is that people get so gassed up about, oh, I've got a mortgage. And do you know what mortgage means? It means like a noose. Do you understand? And the thing is, you still don't own your house. You're still giving them the most money.
Still getting
And do you know
impetus.
what? They're not giving you. It's not their money they're giving you. It's money from everyone's
Exactly.
account. It's us all a little trick in it. You never own.
Then when you
this,
die, they say, "Oh, your kids can't have
Have
it
it.
because
Yeah.
you don't own the land."
Yeah, but this was about to say the way the society's set up is that you can have everything, but it's really on lease.
Yeah.
You don't own anything. And so you're always like you're a child to the system. You
Yeah.
think you're a grown up, but you're not.
What are you
Anywho,
paying bills for? Paying for water? Paying for like simple necessities?
I keep telling people go suffering.
That makes sense.
Good night.
This type of information has to come out so they can desensitize us to the truth. This also leads me to another point. I see how deep this sinkhole is, right? 630 feet at minimum into the earth. A complete, intact, prehistoric forest. So is it too far-fetched to say that the hollow earth is real? I don't think so at all.